Today we're going to explore a fascinating cinematic what if. What if the legendary Marilyn Monroe, one of Hollywood's most enduring icons, had been acting in films from the 21st century? Monroe was far more than the blonde bombshell stereotype that's often attached to her legacy. She was a talented actress with impeccable comedic timing, surprising vulnerability, and a screen presence that still captivates audiences decades later. Today, we'll reimagine her career in modern cinema, exploring 10 films from 2000 to 2025 that would have been perfect vehicles for her unique talents, paired with the Monroe classics they most closely resemble. First up, Lost in Translation. Sofia Coppola's melancholic exploration of isolation and connection would have been a fascinating vehicle for Monroe in her mature years. The role of Charlotte, originally played by Scarlett Johansson, shares many parallels with Monroe's own experiences, a woman struggling with her identity and purpose while feeling adrift in an unfamiliar world. The Monroe comparison. The Misfits. Monroe's performance as Rosalind in The Misfits, her final completed film, revealed her extraordinary capacity for emotional vulnerability and quiet contemplation. Those same qualities would translate perfectly to Charlotte's existential crisis in Tokyo. In both films, the character's isolation comes almost tangible through subtle expressions and moments of silent reflection. The undercurrent of chemistry with Bill Murray's character would allow Monroe to showcase her understated romantic appeal without making it the focal point, something she achieved beautifully with Clark Gable in The Misfits. Next, La La Land. Many people forget that Monroe began her career as a song and dance performer. La La Land would have given her the perfect opportunity to return to these roots while playing Mia, an aspiring actress navigating the harsh realities of Hollywood, something Monroe knew intimately. The Monroe comparison? Gentlemen prefer blondes. Monroe's iconic performance of Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend demonstrated her musical talents and star power. In La La Land, she could bring that same magnetic energy to numbers like Someone in the Crowd, while also exploring the bittersweet reality of Hollywood dreams, something she knew all too well. The film's exploration of art versus commerce would gain extra resonance with Monroe in the role, considering her own struggles between commercial appeal and artistic integrity. Just as Monroe brought unexpected depth to Lorelei Lee, she would infuse Mia with both sparkle and substance. Next, The Devil Wears Prada. Monroe often played characters undergoing transformations, and Anne Hathaway's role as Andy Sachs would have been perfect for her. The journey from naive newcomer to sophisticated insider plays with the exact kind of dumb blonde who's actually smart subversion that Monroe mastered. The Monroe comparison. How to Marry a Millionaire. In How to Marry a Millionaire, Monroe's character Paula uses glasses to see, but refuses to wear them around men, literally stumbling through life to maintain a certain image. This physical comedy and the character's journey toward authenticity parallels Andy's transformation in The Devil Wears Prada. Monroe excelled at projecting both innocence and ambition simultaneously, making her ideal for portraying Andy's evolution from fashion novice to industry insider. The dynamic with Miranda Priestly would echo Monroe's real-life complicated relationships with powerful industry figures who both exploited and elevated her. Next, Bridesmaids. Monroe's comedic timing was legendary, but often underappreciated in favor of focusing on her looks. Kristen Wiig's role as Annie would have given Monroe a chance to showcase her physical comedy skills and emotional range within a contemporary female-centered comedy. The Monroe comparison. Some Like It Hot. Monroe's performance as Sugar Cane in Some Like It Hot demonstrated her brilliant comedic abilities. That same perfect timing and physical comedy would translate beautifully to Annie's chaotic mishaps in Bridesmaids. Monroe had a gift for combining humor with genuine emotional vulnerability, a balance central to Annie's character. The airplane scene would be an incredible showcase for Monroe's physical comedy prowess, much like her unforgettable performance opposite Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon. Both characters also share a certain unluckiness in love that Monroe portrayed with authentic pathos beneath the comedy. Next, Silver Linings Playbook. Jennifer Lawrence's Oscar-winning role as Tiffany would have given Monroe a chance to explore mental health struggles on screen, something that mirrored her own personal battles. Monroe rarely got to play characters with this kind of emotional complexity and resilience during her actual career. The Monroe comparison. Don't Bother to Knock. In Don't Bother to Knock, Monroe delivered a haunting performance as Nell, a troubled young woman with mental health issues, working as a babysitter. This early dramatic role showed Monroe's capacity for portraying psychological complexity and inner turmoil, qualities essential for Tiffany in Silver Linings Playbook. The dance competition storyline would tap into Monroe's movement skills while allowing her to play a love interest who isn't defined solely by her appearance. Both characters navigate serious mental health challenges while forming unexpected connections, and Monroe's natural intensity would bring a fascinating dimension to Tiffany's journey toward healing. Next, Her. This might seem like an unusual choice since Samantha is a voice-only role, but Monroe's distinctively breathy, intimate vocal performance would have been absolutely perfect for creating an AI that men could believably fall in love with. The Monroe comparison, Niagara. While Niagara showcased Monroe's femme fatale capabilities, what's often overlooked is how much of her character's seductive power comes through her voice.
But my husband hasn't been feeling too well. Please don't make me move him right now. He's finally fallen asleep.
Monroe's ability to infuse dialogue with warmth, sensuality, and emotional complexity would be ideal for Samantha in Her. Both characters use their voices to create intimate connections, though with very different intentions. Monroe could convey the full evolution of Samantha's emotional journey, from playful companion to complex entity experiencing love and existential awakening through vocal performance alone. Her naturally intimate vocal quality would make Theodore's deep connection to an AI completely believable. Next, The Favorite. Yorgos Lanthimos' dark period comedy would offer Monroe a chance to play against type as the cunning, ambitious Abigail, originally played by Emma Stone. Throughout her career, Monroe played characters who used their sexuality strategically, but rarely got to portray someone with such calculated ambition. The Monroe comparison. Monroe's small role in All About Eve. Although Monroe's part in All About Eve was small, playing an ambitious actress, using her sexuality to advance her career, it hints at what she might have done with a meatier role like Abigail in The Favorite. Both films explore the ruthless power dynamics between women in competitive environments. The Favorite would allow Monroe to subvert her public image by playing a character who weaponizes the perception of her innocence and vulnerability. Next, Legally Blonde. Reese Witherspoon's Elle Woods is perhaps the most natural modern parallel to Monroe's most famous roles. Elle is underestimated because of her appearance and femininity, but proves to be intelligent, capable, and determined. Exactly the kind of subversion Monroe herself embodied. The Monroe comparison. Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. As Laura Lee in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, Monroe perfected the smart blonde playing dumb character that Elle Woods reimagines for the 21st century. Monroe's famous line, "I can be smart when it's important, but most men don't like it," could easily have been spoken by Elle Woods. Both characters understand exactly how they're perceived and use it to their advantage. Monroe's ability to balance genuine sweetness with steely determination would make her perfect for portraying Elle's journey, from sorority queen to successful attorney, creating a complex portrait of feminine strength that builds on her own iconic screen persona. Next, Moulin Rouge. This one feels almost too perfect. Baz Luhrmann's musical extravaganza actually includes Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, one of Monroe's most iconic musical numbers. Nicole Kidman's role as Satine, the consumptive courtesan and star performer, parallels many of Monroe's most successful roles while adding a tragic dimension. The Monroe comparison. Gentlemen Prefer Blondes meets Bus Stop. Moulin Rouge combines the musical showstopper elements of Gentlemen Prefer Blondes with the tragic romance of Bus Stop, where Monroe played Cherie, a saloon singer with dreams of stardom. Monroe began her career as a singer and dancer, and Moulin Rouge would allow her to return to these roots within a narrative that echoes her own complex relationship with fame, exploitation, and the pursuit of love. The film's heightened reality would complement Monroe's larger-than-life screen presence, while the tragic ending would give her the dramatic conclusion she rarely got to perform. Next, Blue Valentine. This emotionally raw exploration of a relationship's beginning and end would have given Monroe an opportunity to showcase her dramatic talents in a contemporary setting. Michelle Williams' role as Cindy requires portraying both youthful optimism and mature disillusionment, a perfect vehicle for Monroe's range. The Monroe comparison. The Prince and the Showgirl. In The Prince and the Showgirl, Monroe played Elsie Marina, an American performer who becomes involved with European royalty. While that film wrapped the relationship in comedy and fairy tale elements, Blue Valentine would allow Monroe to explore similar dynamics: class differences, power imbalances, initial attraction giving way to complications, with brutal realism. Monroe's ability to convey complex emotions through subtle expressions would be perfect for the film's intimate, documentary-like approach. Both characters navigate relationships where initial chemistry masks fundamental incompatibilities, but Blue Valentine would give Monroe the opportunity to explore this theme with modern frankness. Marilyn Monroe remains one of cinema's most enduring icons, precisely because her talent transcends her era. While we'll never know what directions her career might have taken had she lived, this exploration of modern possibilities helps us appreciate the depth and versatility of her talents. What modern films do you think would have been perfect for Monroe? Let me know in the comments below.